Alright y'all, it is time for a quick match recap and takeaways from Mexico 2, South Korea 2. And before I say another word, I just want to say banger game. Banger game, and I'm going to write a petition to the FMF right now that we play South Korea on an annual basis, because this might be the greatest, most consistent fixture in the Mexican national team. Every freaking time we play these guys, it's a great game. 2020 friendly, 2018 World Cup, here today. I just want to see an annual friendly between our two nations. Maybe we include some trade agreement there as well. All right, we start exporting more carnitas and they send us some gochujang and soju. I feel like this could really be the start of a glorious and beautiful symbiotic friendship between our two countries. So I just want to say that before I get into any positives or negatives about either team. It was a great game. Everyone was treated. I had a great time. The live stream was awesome. We had 600 of y'all in the chat at one point. It was goated. It was a top 5 moment, I think, on the channel. So if you're sad you got FOMO because you missed this one, well, I'll be back for the next Mexican live watch along. I don't even know who our next opponent is. I feel like it's Uruguay or something like that. It might be Ecuador. Anyways, that's not what this video is about. I'm going to start with Mexico first, and then I will have Korean takeaways in the second half of this video for my loyal Korean audience. I do want to give you guys something, and I want to put respect on you guys because you deserve it. And honestly, I think that's going to be my first takeaway just overall from the game is I hope that people take AFC a little bit more seriously now, because I know there's the AFC versus CONCACAF rivalry. As the face of the AFC versus CONCACAF debate, I freaking love it, and I'm here for it. And I think we need to go through a systems update, right? If we're a video game, it's time to update to version 3. I don't want to see any more people just using historical fixture results as evidence that CONCACAF is better, or as like their entire argument why Mexico are going to win games. It's ridiculous. Games aren't played in the past. This is not 2002. This is 2025. Games are played in real time. We need to update our belief system a little bit. And I think especially after this Korea game, I think Korea put way more respect on Asia than Japan did. But even in this window overall, man, like, how many people had Mexico win in both games? A few. How many had Mexico win at least one? Me? I had Mexico winning 1 game. I had Mexico taking 3 points this window. We ended up taking 2. We took 2, just like we took 2 the last time we played 2 Asian teams. So Mexico has not beat an Asian team in 4 games. Maybe before that. I'd have to check my stats before then. I think who would have been the one before that? Saudi Arabia? Yeah. The Saudi Arabian B team and then Saudi Arabia again at the World Cup. So we beat Saudi Arabia. Awesome. But the other 4 opponents that we've seen from Asia in friendlies, 4 draws. Please just put a little bit more respect on Asia. And you can still say Mexico's going to win. I'm here for that, man. Be bullish. I thought Mexico was going to beat Korea. I was wrong. But don't look down on these friendlies. It says, why are we not playing a good team? Why, like, this is too easy. We need to do something. We should be winning these games for... I'm only talking to those people. I know a lot of my DeadBall TV community, y'all have seen the light. You've been educated. Some would say brainwashed by myself to put respect on Asian ball. I'm talking to the rest of y'all. So I think this was a great showcase for Asia, and I just really hope that we see more AFC CONCACAF participation going forward, because I think it's epic. The first takeaway I'll say for Mexico, and this is unsurprising, and I'm not breaking any news here, but Rodrigo Huescas, Mateo Chavez going forward just make Mexico so much scarier. It's a fact, and I'm going to say my other takeaway immediately following that one is I'm going to reiterate what I said after the Japan game. I think Jorge Sanchez is our starting right back. Don't shoot me. I don't pick the lineups. Javier Aguirre picks the lineups. And I think based on what we saw in this window overall, Jorge Sanchez is Aguirre's guy. Guys, who started in the Gold Cup final when we won? It was Jorge Sanchez and it was Gallardo. Who shut down Japan 0-0 in a shockingly efficient fashion and really didn't, I don't think got beat off the dribble a single time. It was Jorge Sanchez and Jesus Gallardo. I think Sanchez is really his guy. I think Gallardo's spot is actually in more of jeopardy. Who was kind of responsible for Korea's first goal? The screamer from Son Heung-min. It was Rodrigo Huescas. Who did Aguirre depend upon when we were chasing a goal to get us to equalize? It wasn't our offensive wingback who plays in Denmark. It was Jorge Sanchez. And who got the assist for Santi Screamer? It was Jorge Sanchez. I disagree with Aguirre on this. But I understand he's a defensive manager and he wants a defender at fullback. He's an older manager as well, y'all. He spent time in Mallorca. We've seen it. He doesn't want two-way fullbacks. He sees that as a luxury. I think Mateo Chavez has more likelihood of starting than Rodrigo Hescas does at the World Cup, because I think Jorge Sanchez has looked better than Jesus Gallardo under Javier Aguirre in his third tenure. That's my hot take, sad take about what our squad's going to look like at the next World Cup, even though I think Hescas was great. And look, both of our assists against Korea came from our fullbacks. When was the last time that happened? When was the last freaking time that happened? Jesus, probably like 2014 was the last time that both assists in a game came from the fullback position for Mexico. It hasn't been great. It has not been great for a decade. Like since Layun and Paul Aguilar left, man, we've been really struggling at this position. And Julian Araujo, forget about it. He's not. I don't even know if he's going to make the plane, to be honest with you. Other positive takeaway: biggest dub from a morale standpoint, Santi Jimenez. Santi Jimenez getting the goal, and that type of goal in that circumstance is huge. Does this mean Santi's the best striker in CONCACAF? No. Does it mean he should start over Raul? No. Raul's header, man, take a freaking bow. 10 goals away, I think, for being Mexico's all-time top goal scorer. Does he get it? Let me know in the comments. I think he does. He's just pure class. Like, Raul is clearly a level above Santi right now, but it was still so good to see Santi get that goal. The midfield. This is an interesting takeaway. It's more of an observation. Marcel Ruiz has to start. He's here to stay. Who is next to him, though? This is why I would have loved if Mora was called up to this window, because I would have loved to have seen him in this game. I feel like we really could have used that creativity centrally against a strong Korean, both strong and an organized Korean midfield and defense. We could have really used Mora here to just see, what does he do? Does he unlock anything? Because that's not really Marcel Ruiz's bag. Though box-to-box god, I felt like in this game. He was so freaking good. So we got one midfield position locked up, in my opinion. The other two are up for grabs, and one of those is our CDM position, because Eric Lira has busted the freaking door down, or door open, I should say, on who is Mexico's starting six. And this would have been unfathomable to me a year ago. Somebody pushing Edson out of the... No, because it was Luis Romo before, and yes, Luis Romo scored at the Copa America. I don't care, never cared. Edson's better than Luis Romo. But in comes Eric Lira, and I was a hater at first. I'll be honest. I love El Machin, so I'm protective of my guy. I was a hater at first. This was the best window from Eric Lira ever. He was the man of the match against Japan. You can make the argument he was the man of the match against Korea as well. So now there's this Eric Lira versus Edson debate, which I think is good. I think it's good to have strong defensive midfielders. And I think there is a real possibility going forward. We start Marcel Ruiz, Edson, and Eric Lira in the midfield. If we're playing a superior offensive team, if we're playing a team like Argentina or like Spain or Portugal, I could see us going with that midfield. Because all three of those guys would rather slide tackle than score a goal. And it feeds back into what I'm saying about Javier Aguirre. He wants us to be the bad guys. We look like the bad guys with the black uniforms. And we've been really good at being the bad guys. Look at the CV to back it up. Again, I know most people, myself included, wanted a victory here against Korea, but Korea are good. It's hard to beat Korea. Nobody's been able to beat Korea. Nobody's beaten Korea in like 13 games. So it's hard to do so. Put respect on South Korea. But we haven't lost either. We're not losing games with this system. It's not always fun, but it's effective. The last thing I want to say, actually I'll say shout out to Purata, man. Shout out to Purata. I thought he had a very good game. I didn't even know who he was before this window. I would like to see him next time. Not as a starter, but I would like to see him in the next camp. Oh, Rangel, I should probably talk about him. Yeah, people were saying Malagon would have saved the first shot. No. Would Malagon have saved O's goal? Maybe, but I think it was just a world-class strike. This isn't really a conversation, though, because it is Malagon. It just is Malagon as the starting goalkeeper. And if there's one rotation that pissed me off, really pissed me off, it was not starting Luis Malagon. The guy needs to be in the sticks as much as possible. He needs to face more shots. Last thing, wingers, man, diabolically bad right now for Mexico. Chucky Lozano, was he better than Piojo? I don't know. Vega when he came on, not really. Still not seeing Liga MX Vega. We saw Liga MX Zendejas for the United States against Japan. I haven't seen Liga MX Vega brief moments only. He needs to be better about that. Germán on the right wing, disaster. I don't want to see him again. But who do we play? Diego Lainez? I thought he was okay. The winger position in Mexico is so freaking bad right now. It's really, really dire. And that's kind of why we need a Huescas in the team, because we're not getting the creativity from the wingers. But Aguirre doesn't like that. Aguirre wants wingers who want to defend. Just brace ourselves for some very pragmatic football until Javier Aguirre leaves after the World Cup. Just brace ourselves. For South Korea, it was a great performance from them overall. I saw some of my buddies were saying that until they scored the goal, they were trash. I thought Korea was killing us in the first half. I mean, y'all, the first two insanely clear chances both fell to O, and he flopped both of them. Both of them didn't go on frame. They should have been up 2-0 15 minutes in. Like, Korea came out swinging. And I have a Japan video dropping. It's a difference in mentality. Korea have a winner mentality right now. They want to come out and kill people. They have good leaders in this team in Kim Min-jae and Son Heung-min. They were not satisfied beating the United States. They wanted to come here and beat Mexico as well. And they were pissed that Mexico equalized. And they should be pissed, because I think Korea were the better team. Slightly. I think Korea deserved to win this one 3-2. I think that would be a just scoreline for this game, for all the chances that were had. But O eventually does get the goal. It was a class goal, man. Every goal in this game was a freaking Puskas nominee. I'm exaggerating, but he was really, really good. Other takeaways for Korea: thought the back line looked pretty good again. Kastrop in the midfield. I'm so excited to see him next to Hwang and Baum. I'm so excited to see that partnership with EJ Sung back as well, because Korea had a lot of omissions in this game. That's going to be exciting. Park Young-woo was terrible, but Park Young-woo is not a good footballer, so it's not a takeaway, because we've known he was a huge liability since Jurgen Klinsmann was appointed. This is not new. Hong Myung-bo might live or die by his decision to play Park Young-woo at the World Cup. But I think there's a chance, and Koreans should be a little hopeful that Kastrop takes that spot, and that Park Young-woo doesn't really get involved a lot. Son Heung-min, Asian GOAT, freaking banger. Almost had a second one to win it late. He's just so good. Pure class. I can't say enough about Son Heung-min. Lee Gang-in, not a great game from him. I don't think him or Jun Ho-bae did very well in this game. I thought, again, Mexico's fullbacks did well against some pretty good Asian wingers. I mean, I think Lee Gang-in is class. Jun Ho-bae's got potential. But I think, again, Mexican fullbacks held their own. Largely in part because the wingers are still defending like crazy in the system for Aguirre. So, wasn't great for Lee Gang-in. He did get an assist. I believe it was to O. I think he got the assist to O. Maybe it was to Son. I think it was O's goal, the second one for South Korea, though. Before then, though, a lot of bad giveaways. Not a great game from him. I wouldn't look into it too much. Mexico's a very physical team. But I think for the most part, Korea weathered the physicality. Like, Japan folded like a chair against Mexico. South Korea did not fold. So if I'm South Korean right now, I am so proud of how my team performed in this window. Against the United States, controlled victory, and then here against Mexico, arguably being the better team. It was great for South Korea. So I don't know who Korea's friendlies are up next. I don't know if those have been announced. I think it's probably South American teams if I had to guess. It's probably Paraguay and Brazil, just like Japan. Makes sense for those two South American teams to battle the East Asian Giants at the same time. You're not going to fly to Japan for a one-off and then come back. Or fly to, Basra after that. They have qualifiers, I'm joking. But yeah, it was a good window for South Korea. And I think it was a good window for Mexico. For Mexico, I would give our window a 6.5 out of 10. For South Korea, I would give their window an 8 out of 10. 7.5 lowest. You guys let me know your window grades down below in the comments. Let me know if there's anything else that I forgot to mention in this video. If you guys want to see more AFC and CONCACAF content, make sure you subscribe. Smash the like button if you enjoyed, and I'll see y'all in the next one.